Hi, I'm Jim Gary and welcome to Batilipi's Workshop. Today's video is part 2 of assembling new and old parts to the remanufactured 7.4 liter Vortec engine for my 26-year-old Workhorse-based motorhome. I'll show you how I installed the new oil pump and how I stripped and repainted the valve covers and the oil pan and installed them with new seals. It's been incredibly rainy over the past few weeks and I can't film in my shop during heavy rain because of the noise it makes on my metal roof, so it's been tough finding times to film. And please remember, I'm a biologist, not a mechanic, and I'm showing you what I did, not what I think you should do. So please consult a professional prior to taking on projects like this. And as always, I welcome any comments or suggestions you may have. If you found this video interesting, there are links to some of my other videos in the description below. So please like and subscribe. Now let's get on with that video. This is my original oil pump here, which I'm replacing, and this is the pickup for the oil and the strainer, and I've got to get it out. I tried to order one and I couldn't get the right one, so I got to take this one out and clean it really well and then use it. It's supposed to be a press fit, so I'm going to try seeing if I can't wriggle it out with a vice grip. There, feel it's coming. There we go. Boy, that was a tight fit. And you can see there's some crap in here, so I'm going to have to clean it. I'll spray it out with and then put it in ultrasonic cleaner for a while. So I got my sonic cleaner here. Got hot water in there with a little detergent already. So I'm going to put the piece in there. So I've got it set for 380 seconds. So it looks like it's finished, so I'll take it off, pull it out. Oh, it's really clean. It's really hot too. Whew. There were a couple of soft things kind of stuck in the screen. I don't know exactly what they were, but I brushed them with this brass wire brush like this. Got them all off, rinsed it really well, and it looks perfectly clean. So I think we're good there. So the other thing I've got to clean out is this oil pan, and because there was a damage to the piston and the piston skirt, there's still a little flecks of aluminum in there. So I've got to make sure I get all that out. So what I'm going to try to do is just wipe out as much as I can with the paper towels, and then I'm going to pressure wash the whole thing to make sure that there are no bits of metal, sticking in crevices or anything. Well, it's a beautiful day in Florida. It's about 10 in the morning. The sun's out. First sun we've had in a while. That's nice. We had some downpouring rain and huge thunderstorms yesterday. So it's kind of hard to get filming done because I can't work in my shop and record because it's so loud on the tin roof. But anyway, as you can see, today's nice. So let's focus on what we're doing this morning, which is to power wash the inside of my oil pan. I just want to make sure there's absolutely no bits of aluminum left over from the damage from the old engine. So I washed off the outside as well because I'm probably going to paint it. I had to put that concrete block on to keep it on the tray or on the stand. So I'm going to go ahead and let it dry. So I was looking at the plug for the oil pan and I noticed there's a O-ring in here and it looks completely flattened. So I'm going to try to pop that out. It's my old dive kit, save a dive kit that I used to use when I dove, and it's got in it a tool to remove the O-ring. Here it is. It's just a dental pick. So I'm going to pop it under that O-ring, pull that out, see what it is. Oh, it's not. It's a seal, kind of a top hat shaped seal on it. So I checked on Grok, and Grok told me that I need a Dorman 097-119 oil drain seal, and it fits M12 by 1.75, which is apparently what I have on my vehicle. So here it is. It was $3, so I've ordered it. So here's one of the valve covers. I already took the gasket out. Premium stripper. It actually comes as a spray, which will make it a lot easier. And I can't really do this outside because it's just so hot outside. It dries almost immediately. Let it sit, see if the paint bubbles up. So I've had that on, stripper on about 10 minutes. and I've added a little bit a couple of times. So I've had this stripped a couple times. There's still paint. That's working out pretty well, so I'll continue. So I've got these nice aluminum valve covers pretty much de-painted. There's a little bit of paint still sticking in some places, but it's good enough. So now I'm just wiping them down with a tack cloth. And I decided to prime them and then paint them silver. And I'm going to paint this oil pan black. I've got this Rust-Oleum automotive primer. It's for high heat. I think that was one of the problems with the paint that was on there before. It wasn't made for high heat. So I'm going to shake it up for a little while. Try to do it. So for the top coat, this is a silver color and it's Rust-Oleum high heat, so that'll work. It's semi-gloss silver. So it's been about an hour since I did the base coat and it said wait an hour. So now I've got my silver. So let's get it on there. Oh, that's gonna look nice. That looks really nice. So I'm going to let that sit for a while. And let's move over to the oil pan. And I've got it on a piece of plywood on my trash can so I can rotate it. And I've got the same kind of paint, but this time it's a semi-gloss black. So I'll shake it a bit and then I'll come back. Okay, I'll leave it there. So this is the next morning and here's the valve covers. They're all looking nice and here's the oil pan. So my goal for this morning is to get both of these installed. But before I can install the oil pan, I've got to get this oil pump installed. The manual shows this little tool here. So I'm sure it's made of metal, but I'm going to make one just out of a piece of PVC pipe. Mill a slot in it so I can just tap that. Tap this right on there nicely. So I've blown all this dust off with air. These are 10 millimeter bolts. So it's a small bolt and a washer. Here's all the parts inside. And what it said to do was to pack all this space in here with petroleum jelly. So that's what we're about to do. But I want to blow this off. I've got the blower right behind you so you won't be able to see that. I just want to make absolutely sure there's no metal in there. Petroleum jelly. And I think I'm going to take this out so I can get it in there better. Popsicle stick might work. There she goes. Now it looks like I can pack a little bit more on top. So now I'll put this back on and we'll put the bolts in. I've got my torque wrench already set to 106 inch-pounds. Man, you've always got to be careful when you read those things that you get, whether it's inch-pounds, Newton meters, or foot-pounds, because you can snap a bolt. Here we go. So it's got to go in about like this. I'll have to eyeball it from below to make sure that it's perpendicular to the pump board. Now they're said to use a sealant, so I've got thread locker on here. And I cleaned the Vaseline out of this thing. Like that. So let's put the thread locker on here. We'll get it started. Started in. I should be able to clip this on the tool we made and just tap this in. Oh, there it's going. Okay, so it's plastic, so it expands. If I'd had a piece of metal tubing, it would have gone better, but I just didn't happen to have any in the house. So I've got it almost all the way on. I'm using this big, broad, blunt chisel to drive that along that ring to get that in. Okay. I think that's about it. I think it's seated in there pretty good. Just trying to make sure I've got it square. Okay, I think that's about it. So I think I got it on all the way. This is ready to go. So I'm gonna get the engine bottom exposed and off we'll go. So this is the new engine. It's upside down. This is the rear, that's the front. Here's where the oil filter goes. And there's a plug underneath the oil filter right here. There's a plug up here. And then at the very forward end, there's a flange or sort of a flat spot here, and there's a plug in that. Everything else is open other than these. So let's go at the old engine and just check. So we're looking at the old engine. There's a plug here, here's the oil filter, there's the middle plug we saw, and then here's the place where there was a plug in the other engine, and there's no plug there. For the other side, there's a plug here, and that's about it. So let's go to the old engine, and it's the same. Here's the old engine, there's a plug here, and nowhere else. So I think we're good. Here's the new oil pump right here, and notice there's a slot here where the drive shaft connects. And the drive shaft itself has that little tab. So when they go together, you just twist it until they go in. Now that would just fall off. And the other end actually attaches to the distributor. But this thicker part here lands on a flange in the hole where it fits. So it can't drop out once I put it in here. So let's just get this set down. There it's going on. There's locator studs there. So all we have to do now is put the bolt on. And notice all these yellow marks. So when they rebuilt the engine, they marked all the things they torqued. So here's the bolt, and it didn't seem to have a washer. I checked the video when I took it apart, didn't see a washer there either. So 65 foot-pounds should be doable. That's 65. The instructions say to lay the gasket down and then put sealant, and it looks like on the old one the sealant was just here, but it was on the motor side, not the pan side, because you want the pan to be able to come off. And there's some more sealant here on this side, and again it's under the gasket on the side where of the block, not the pan. And then on the front, similar thing. There's sealant right here under the gasket next to the engine, and the same on this side under the gasket next to the engine. So I've cleaned everything stuff, and the engine was already clean because it was rebuilt, so it was all ready to go. I have the bolts, all 20 of them. So I'm going to put this where it goes, I think in here. Kind of like that. In here. Kind of like that, and then back here. Like that. I'm going to wipe off any that sticks inside. So I've cleaned this. I'm going to blow it out with some air first. Okay, so this should just fit right down there. So I'll just go ahead and put in the bolts hand tight. Okay, so I'm going to snug it down just lightly. Okay, so that's close. So I'm using my analog. Let's see where we go. Take it up to 10 at first. So that's everything down to at least 10. So now I'm going to take it to 18. Good. Finally, I'm just going to hand tighten the plug in. I haven't got the new seal yet. I just don't want to lose the plugs. So now I've got to flip the motor over so we can get to work on the valve covers. Okay, let's see if I can get this to spin around. So I don't know why it was stuck. I think it's got something to do with the internals of this engine stand. Like I say, this engine stand just has this shaft going in through this hollow red piece here. And it's greased, but there's no bearing. The newer engine stand I have, it's actually got grease fittings and a real bearing. Much more easy to use. But I already had the engine on this engine stand, so I wasn't about to redo it. So I've got a brass brush on my Dremel, and I'm just going to run it around the grooves where the seal goes. So here's the gasket, and there seems to be a thin side, which I assume goes in the groove. It's going in nicely. Yeah, there's little thickened areas that allow it to get pressed in properly. So there we are. So it looks like the gasket's in properly. I don't see any issues. It's all seated in there, so I'm just gonna set it where it's supposed to go. And I'm gonna get some screws just to get it in loosely so it's not sliding around. Now the ones on the bottom here, I have to put management pieces for the spark plug wires, so this just bolts on just like that. Snug it down a little bit. So these are all supposed to be 106 inch-pounds. Not quite tightening them all the way at first. I'm going to do the final tightening. 106 inch-pounds. That looks nice. So I've got the other valve cover cleaned up. I've got the gasket in there. It's nice, I think. So I'll do the same thing. I'll just put these screws in. And I'm going to take this off. I just see that the gasket's not sitting quite right. So this just wasn't set right in there the way it's supposed to be. So it's kind of sticking out. I think that's better. Glad I checked. I think we're good now. So that's pretty good. I'm very happy. I think I'll get on next time with getting the intake manifold put on. I'm planning on installing the intake manifold and associated parts in the coming week. So thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Similar videos of mine are linked in the description below. Bye.